What's good? What's good? It's Trezzy Nomadic, and we are back for another episode of our. Well, it's interesting. I call it the AM stream sesh, even though it's like 2 p.m., but to me, it's like still AM because it's like it's bright outside. Like, I guess you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, it's our AM stream sesh. And yeah, man, this is like episode 9 of it. I forget which Minecraft episode it is, but we've had a few. And yeah, just kind of been making these episodes, to say the least. Let's see, testing out the sounds and stuff. Make sure you can be heard. Okay, cool. Yeah, so pretty much just, stuff like that. It's been pretty solid, nothing major for the most part. But in the last episode, I remember we found like a cave. It was actually a pretty expansive cave. And that one, it pretty much just had like a good amount of ore and stuff in there. That was probably the largest cave that I had found up until this point. So in this episode, I'm probably just going to focus more so on just actually probably some more of the enchantment table stuff, as well as also I'm trying to think what else. The enchantment table stuff, as well as the kind of working on improving the situation with finding a nether fortress. And I'm trying to think what else. Just stuff like that. But no, it's all good. I think for the most part, there's going to be just the whole thing with like farming the leather to actually create the books. And then, there's a good amount of sugarcane and stuff that has already kind of been, started for the farm and such. I want to build a new shield here pretty soon. Let's take a look. There we go. All good. So yeah, pretty much just stuff like that. I think I'm not sure if I have any iron at this outpost, but I'll definitely take a look and see to build a new shield and such. Let's see. But yeah, no, it's definitely been a few days since the last episode. Kind of just like took a break from stuff like that, because we were kind of just like batting out episodes and stuff. But for the most part, it's just like coming back to it. And there's a bunch of villagers. There we go. I'm starting to kind of understand the technique with the zombies, like the mini zombies. It's like you kind of just want to like put space in between, because yeah, that's all right. So nonetheless, literally, okay, look at that. That's gonna be, we're gonna want to make a new door. All right, so I did bring some iron, and then I've got some planks in order to construct a new shield, which would be helpful, most definitely. So I'm gonna make a shield real quick, because I'm gonna want another one of those. And I guess, where do I start? Do I want to start with the enchantment table, or do I want to start with the nether stuff? Honestly, here's the thing. The funny thing about the enchantment stuff is that, I mean, if you go in the nether and you find the fortress, you just find the fortress. With the enchantment stuff, it's like, it's useful, but it's kind of like a bonus, right? So I'll probably start with another. I know it's probably like just kind of interesting because it's like, dude, you could literally go in there with like enchantments and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't really think I need them, truth be told, with humility. So what? I can put arrows there. What is those? Hello? I didn't even, is that, why is that specifically like that with the arrows? I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, that's interesting. So anyway, but what I was gonna say was, so yeah, with the nether, it's like I don't necessarily have to have enchantments, or really any, like nobody really has to have enchantments to go into the nether. It's just kind of like a nice bonus, but the idea is that having the enchantments can still be useful for the most part. Let me go ahead and kind of rotate my inventory and such. So copper, I'm definitely going to want to bring alongside for the journey. Definitely going to want to mine some more of the, bring some planks and some cobble. That's going to be helpful. And then let's see, the sword, yeah, that'll be solid as well. And then that's pretty much it. There's a bundle. No, there's no bundle at this one. All right. I guess I was kind of thinking about it to myself, like I was thinking out loud, but like kind of like spawn like a part of the thought out loud. Let's place those there. Pickaxe. Just kind of rotating my inventory for like what I know will be useful for like exploring in the nether, and then stuff like that. And then of course I'm gonna want to build a new door for the outpost there. So there's the ravine that has like a ton of stone and stuff. I'm gonna go and kind of mine some of the stone, and basically just, you know, kind of utilize the resources available to help us on our nether adventures. All right, so but overall, yeah, I mean, if you have been enjoying the Minecraft streams, feel free to follow, feel free to subscribe. No pressure at all. You know what I'm saying? I've been uploading these as well on YouTube as well, so just like uploading the, you know, like it episodically. That way it's like, you know, you're still available to watch for in the future, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty legit. So I'm just mining some cobble, and then basically from this cobble, oh dude, nice, there's some iron there. But yeah, basically just from mining the cobble, I'm just going to basically bring enough for kind of like a scaffold, I'd say. That's part of it. So if need be, and then I'd say the other thing would be fortifying the nether portal, which actually that's going to be a pretty important one because for the most part, you know, like when it comes to gas and stuff, right? So let's see, this is going to be, I'd say at least 2 stacks of cobblestone should suffice pretty well, especially just for like blockades and stuff. So I'm just gonna farm the cobblestone, and then that's like a little bit more than half a stack. There's some more iron. Not bad. Not bad. It's just, yeah, I mean, it's on the side of a cave. Like, it's like a ravine cave. So there's probably, like, a solid amount of, you know, just like, I mean, there's some lapis there, stuff like that. I was actually kind of thinking about the understanding of it. And, like, at some point, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to create a sort of, like, you know, just like a classic, you know, like mine shaft, like natural mine shaft. But for the most part, I think that would be in a different episode, something of that nature. But also, there's a ton of natural caves. I guess the main thing with that is if you wanted to keep from having to like traverse and like those kind of, you know, dungeons and stuff like that, that would be a solid strategy for actually accomplishing the mode of mining. I guess this is a good way for farming arrows. I mean, genuinely, it is a good way for farming arrows, actually. There's a creeper. I want to drop the music disc. This is an enchanted bow, isn't it? It is an enchanted bow. Oh, yeah, it was an enchanted bow. I noticed that. I saw the shine of it. That's alright. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Honestly, I was just farming arrows, truth be told. Like, that was the main thing. But they dropped a few arrows. Let's see. Because, I mean, outside of, you know, like, actually creating them from, like, you know, the feathers and stuff, it's pretty much the only way to really get arrows is from farming the skeletons. And, you know, especially if you're going to explore more in the nether, you know, having those arrows can be pretty helpful for gas and stuff. Alrighty. That's all good. Alright, so still got the cobble. Yep. Cool. That should be alright. But yeah, no, that Skelly definitely had like an enchanted bow for sure. I noticed that. Indeed. Alright, so next thing is gonna be, I'm gonna want to be able to craft a new door because, well, you kind of see the zombie kind of, you know, tagged the door there, so I'm going to want to make a new door. Are those like elk? Is bison? I don't even know. I think it's like bison or something. I have no idea. Whoa, what the shit, bro?